All right, dog. Just chill. I'm here to fix the pool heater. Relax. Okay. It's okay. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Jandy JXI. Oh, you have the fusion cell. Very nice. Nice pump. A little bit of discharge here. Wow, look at that. The breaker tripped. All right, the breaker tripped. Let's turn that off. Let's investigate why two appliances are on the same breaker. All right. Relax. All right, so let's get the 5/16, take off the covers, see what's going on inside this bad boy. All right, there's our power interface card. So right now we are set for 240 volts. But the question is, why is the pool heater and the pump wired to the same 240 volt circuit? That's no good. All right, let's take off the top thing, the top cover. I got a feeling we have a problem with our whatchamacallit, hot service igniter. So let's just unplug that. All right, let's unplug the hot service igniter and see if we still get the same failure. I got a strong feeling that something's wrong with that. All right, breaker's back on. All right. Wait to see what happens here. Let's see if that trips again. Just patiently wait. All right, while I'm waiting to see if that trips again, I am hooked up to my multimeter. Fluke, use anyone. We're just checking for AC voltage on F1 and F2. I'm almost pretty positive F1 and F2. I'll take a look at the wiring schematic. Let's see, where is it? On the Fenwall box. Bingo, F1, F2. Ignition control. I'm almost positive it was that. Alright, let me find them. I'm wrong, it's actually this one here and that one there. F1 and F2. F1 goes to there, and that controls blower motor. I don't recall if the blower motor came on this. And then, yeah, something to do with the blower motor. All right, we're gonna see. My blower is on. All right, my blower comes on. All right, so we know that's not shorting it. At least it shouldn't be shorting. Let's take off the cover. Let's take a look at the flame rods. Before I do that, let's take off the wire at 120 volt ignition, and the other one was, sorry, I stand corrected, it's ignition FS. Wow, it's really on there, huh? All right, let's see what happens now. All right, I have my multimeter set to read resistance. I'm measuring the resistance between the ignition 120 and the ignition FS wires, and I have OL open line. So let's go examine the hot surface igniter. So the first things I'm going to notice is that, you see this is my hot surface igniter. They connect to the 2 grade wires, which are here, right? This wire is not at the right place. It was on ignition FS. Why? Why is that? Did someone mess with this thing? Quite possibly. Or the wiring diagram is wrong. Something's not right here. Let's investigate. All right, so now I'm testing the hot surface igniter. I'm getting 7.8 ohms. So that is much lower than it normally is. But why is the wiring different? Let's reach out to Jandy. I believe I was possibly reading that wrong. So I just have my multimeter hooked up to ignition 120. All right, we have 128 volts going to the hot surface igniter from the Fenwell electronic ignition module. But the lesson learned here is the resistance for the hot surface igniter is reading 8 ohms, and that should be around 75 to 500. So I just got off the phone with Jandy. We confirmed warranty status, and they're sending me a new hot surface igniter. I do believe that I do stock a JXI hot surface igniter in my shop, since Pipe Doctor is a warranty service provider for Fluidra, also known as Jandy. We should be able to take care of this pool heater today. So stay tuned for the completed service call. All right, so I stopped by the shop, and on the way back to this customer, since it's in the neighborhood, stopped by my house, had a quick little lunch, and at the office, I got a nice little love letter. Let me show it to you guys. Appreciate this. So I got a nice little love letter in the mail from David Butler, feeding the people, Mikey Pipes. And he's asking for, can I get one 2XL short sleeve t-shirt? Enjoy the videos and your knowledge. 65 and learning every day. David, if you're watching, thank you so much. I got your check in the mail for the donation to get the shirt, and I don't know if it'll get out in today's mail. I still have to complete the service call of this Jandy JXI400 hot surface igniter, and then I have to go in an estimate for an automatic shut-off valve for someone's house on the water main. But yes, consider it done. I'm going to mail that out in the post office, and if it doesn't go out today, it'll go out tomorrow. So thank you so much for your support, David. Really, really appreciate it. And yes, the goal is learn something new every day, ladies and gentlemen. Learn something new every day. All right, I'm back at this service call, this Jandy JXI400, and I just want to show you this wildebeest right here. Wow. Look at that. That's the tombstone, ladies and gentlemen. That is the tombstone. Wow. That is epic. Wow, that is epic. All right, so there is my hot surface igniter. I have the power off to the unit at the breaker, which also controls the pump, which is no good. They need to be on separate breakers. Every fixture needs to have its own separate breaker. What's wrong with these people? Let's pull this out. Interesting. Doesn't look too bad, but if you ain't testing, you're guessing. All right, new hot surface igniter is in. We just turned on the breaker, and let's see if we have no other issues and it's just a hot surface igniter. Hopefully it does not trip the breaker when it energizes the hot surface igniter. Be patient. There's a slight delay here. Please stand by. And we have ignition. Quite loud, I must add. There we go. Houston, we have ignition. A little bit of harmonics coming from the inducer assembly. Hopefully that dies off. We may have to adjust gas pressure, but let's see. how it behaves after it runs for a little while, as it has not ran this season yet. Okay, so let's just quickly break down this service call. We have to have something extreme where it's going to cause a breaker to trip. 240 volt breaker, that is. So what's some of the things that can cause that? Well, a motor, right? Let's say the inducer assembly, the blower assembly was jammed up. You know, it sees locked rotors on that, locked windings on the motor. It's possible, right? But then we have to look into ignition. And it doesn't happen right away. If it happens right away, then maybe there's a control module that handles the handling of, you know, that line voltage if it tripped instantly. But it didn't trip instantly. It tripped shortly after the blower assembly was on. And the blower is the inducer assembly. It's sucking in air and gas through the combustion chamber and then discharging it out. So once that was on and ran for a little while, I know the sequence of operations. And the sequence of operations is that you're now going to have a hot surface igniter energized with 110 volts or 240 volts. I'm unsure exactly of what it is. But we had the breaker trip, and that's where we're at. A quick little process of elimination. Fortunately, you know, we have Memorial Day weekend starting tomorrow, which is Friday. And I couldn't make the customer wait a week, so I went back to my shop in Valley Stream, about 2.5 miles away, and round trip 30 minutes, not a big deal. Got it in, and you know what? You develop relationships with your customers, you build them, and listen, when they have a problem again with their pool heater, perhaps, you know, they'll call us first. You know, not everyone works on pool heaters, and it is what it is. But I also left them, like, hey, here's your bill. I billed you for 1.25 hours of labor. And keep in mind, I appreciate you giving us a call. They had told me that they found Pipe Doctor on Jandy's website. And I said, keep in mind, if you wouldn't, you know, if you're so inclined, you know, I appreciate you calling us. But we also do plumbing, we do gas heating, and we do central air conditioning. And she goes, oh, that's awesome. I need a new guy for my air conditioning. And I said, look, here you go. And I gave him my card, and then I gave him a magnet for $50 off the next service call. That's how you develop relationships. It doesn't matter if you're an owner or an employee, a technician for a company, right? Remember, if you're a technician for a company, if your company is busy, you're busy. And if your company is making money, so are you. All right, guys, be well. God bless. Stay safe. We'll catch you on the next.
If you're not calling Mikey Pipes, you're getting screwed.
There you go. That's right.